Hi there. In this video, we're looking at the business planning process, and more specifically looking at vision statements, goals and objectives, and organizing resources. So firstly, starting with vision statements. Now, this is a very broad statement that looks at what the business actually aspires to become. So what's its purpose and its function. Now, there's a few examples here, for example, from Amazon to be Earth's most customer-centric company, where customers can find and discover anything they might want to buy online, and endeavors to offer its customers the lowest possible price from Forbes magazine, to deliver information on the people, ideas, and technologies changing the world to our community of affluent business decision makers, and finally Microsoft to enable people and businesses throughout the world to realize their full potential. Now, you notice that they've actually gone in size from Amazon and Microsoft. There's no one rule in terms of how long a vision statement should be, but broadly it looks at what does the business want to be? What does it want to become? There's again, there's no hard and fast rule here, but there's a little step-by-step process of generally how would you write one? So there's 4 steps here. There's an output, there's a twist, there's a quantification, and there's a human connection. So for example here, there is a business here who, their vision statement is producing and selling locally sourced, that's the twist, it's locally sourced, cakes and pies that are so delicious and satisfying, that's the outcome you hope to achieve, that they're delicious and satisfying, that every customer, that's the quantification, okay? They're trying to put a, not so much a number, but trying to put some sort of figure on it. Every customer who leaves our store does so with a smile, and that's the human connection. And then we're going to move on to now goals and objectives. Now, we've already looked at goals and objectives in past videos, so we're looking at strategic goals, tactical objectives, and operational objectives. Now, the strategic goals, they're determined by senior management, okay, so up above. They're very broad, and they're generally long-term, so looking at over a couple of years, okay? So where does a business want to be in, say, 5 years' time? Now, followed by that, we've got the tactical objectives, which are determined by the middle management. Now, they're a bit more specific in their aims, and they're the medium term, so they're the few months. And then finally, we've got the operational objectives. Now, these are the day-to-day or week-to-week specific aims that the frontline management, the actual people who are on the floor of the factory, if it was a factory, they're the ones that are determining those goals. Now, generally, you'd start with the strategic goal. So where do you want to be in 5 years, and then slowly filter down. Well, how do we get to this by year 4, by year 3, by year 2, by year 1, and then all the individual months? How do we get to, how do we finish year 1? Month by month, how do we get to the end of the year 1 goal? And then finally, how do we actually meet the month by month goal as well? Now, again, a refresher in terms of goals and objectives. We've got the 4 financial goals of making a profit or increasing profit, increasing the market share, growing as a business, and increasing the share price. And we've also got the non-financial goals as well. So, being part of the community service, providing employment for people, promoting social justice, ecological sustainability. And we've also got the personal goals of the managers and the owners as well. Now, in terms of the goals and objectives, we're looking at, you're looking at long-term growth, and how would you achieve that? So, one of the ways is through customer feedback. So, actually finding out, well, what do people want? How are we doing? How can we make things better? That's the one way to grow and maintain it over a long term, is to actually listen to what people want and provide it to them. We've got the supplier and customer partnerships, so actually working with suppliers and customers in terms of what people want, how they're going to get there, and how we can provide it for them. We've also got product innovation, so actually staying ahead of the competition and offering customers different products, new products, at a regular interval as well, not over, one every 5 or 6 years, but maybe one or two every couple of months or every year at least. And then we've got the Sigma 6 approach, also referred to as the Six Sigma approach sometimes. This was initially created by Motorola, and this aims to improve business performance by improving quality, reducing costs, and creating new opportunities. There's some more information on Six Sigma or the Sigma 6 approach in the description of this video. So if you go down to the bottom, there'll be some links you can go to that gives you some more information on that. And then we're looking at organising resources. Now, organising is determining really what's to be done, who is to do it, so who's going to do it, and how it's going to be done. Now, the best way to determine how tasks are divided is to create an organizational structure, okay, some sort of hierarchy. And as you can see, as an example here, we've got a CEO in charge. Now, I've broken up the hierarchy here into the 4 key business functions, so operations, marketing, finance, and human resources. And within that, I've also included a few things such as research and development, quality control, sales, advertising, loans, debt collection, training and development, and payroll. And then within that, then you've got the people who are responsible for that department or unit, if you want to look at it like that. So within there, then we've got, when you organize the resources in operations, you've got to ask yourself what type of raw materials and equipment is needed, firstly? What storage and delivery systems are needed? Where are you going to warehouse it? What's it going to look like? How are you going to actually manufacture it? In marketing, all the people in the marketing team need the information, need the finances, and need the physical resources to be able to perform their jobs. If their job is to promote the goods and services the business is creating, then they really need everything they can in order to do that well. Because without product awareness, without promotion, the business won't sell very many units of goods or services, and they're losing money. And then we've got finally finance and human resources. So in finance, you're looking at what will be the most appropriate source of financing. Will it be debt? Will it be equity? And then in human resources, need to ensure a good recruitment and selection process is used, and that they also comply with legislation. So with workplace health and safety, with anti-discrimination, with awards and enterprise agreement deals. Now, there are a few videos you can visit that I've already created that do look at, again, goals, objectives, and the 4 key business functions. So they'll appear on the screen here. Feel free to click and view them. In the meantime, I really do hope that this video has given you enough information to be able to come to some sort of understanding about these 3 elements of the business planning process. Thank you.